You're in no contact. You want your ex back. Are there any signs or clues that your ex is starting to change their mind and might be back? Well, I am so glad you asked because the answer is yes. What happens just before your ex comes back? Well, stay tuned and you'll find out. Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love. I'm a dating and relationship expert specializing in helping you get your ex back or to get over your ex. And if you are in no contact, make sure you download my app Silencio to help you stay in no contact. And the link for that is underneath every single video and podcast. And if you too would like to join our wonderful no contact army, all you have to do is hit the subscribe button and the bell notification and you're in. And to read our manual, go to nocontactsecrets.com where you can read 2 free chapters before you purchase the book. Okay, so the version of you that your ex has in mind is someone that they're no longer attracted to, someone that they do not see as high value, thus the reason for the breakup. And one of the reasons we do no contact is to show them that no, they're wrong and you are someone who's attractive and high value and they're missing out. You need to show them that you're not the same person, and you do that with no contact. So it's confusing now because they thought you were one way, but suddenly you appear to be another way. They didn't expect this. And this will cause them to get curious, as I've mentioned in many other videos, and either reach out or start orbiting. And when you ignore their breadcrumbs, as I say to do, the silent message you're sending is that you respect yourself and that raises your value. And it also shows that you have options and you're not going to entertain someone who's low effort, even if it is your ex. And this is when they start to test you. If you want them to come back, they need to know it's safe and that they can trust you. And this always happens before an ex comes back. So what are some of the tests they'll use? Well, one test is when they try to put you in the friend zone. And I say try because, of course, we're too smart for that in the no contact army. Or they may try to keep you on the back burner without a title. Again, a big no-no. Something that a lot of exes do, and it drives everyone nuts because they're like, why are they doing this? And that is watching your stories, liking your posts, but not saying anything. So are you going to watch the stories of the person who dumped you? No. Are you going to be low value and break no contact? No, but they're hoping you will. They're testing you. Another test could be to ask you to do a favor, ask a question. And this is an easy one to see through because they'll either ask you to do something that someone else could easily have done for them, or they could have found out the answer by asking Google or Chat GPT. But what they want to do is to test to see if you still have feelings for them, where they stand with you, if you're even speaking to them. And one of my clients is going through this right now. Her ex asked her to do him a favor. I told her to say no, and she's been freaking out ever since, thinking that she did the wrong thing by not being compliant and doing the ex a favor after she was dumped. And I have to keep reassuring her that no, it was the right thing to do. But I know that when you're in no contact, the right thing often feels like the wrong thing and vice versa. You're in an upside down world. And another test might be disrespecting your boundaries. So this is when they call you 10 times in a row, or they may contact you late at night. And you know what? They're no longer your partner. And so they no longer have the privilege of having access to you at night. So again, they're trying to test you and see, are you weak? Are you going to respond? What's going on? They may try to make you jealous, but again, we're too smart for that. If anything, we're going to make them jealous, okay? And in fact, I made a whole video on jealousy and on why you should never act jealous, and I'll put the link in the right hand corner on YouTube. So the important thing to keep in mind is that if you're passing their tests and behaving high value, then things are moving in the right direction. They're testing to see if you've changed, if your value has gone up. And remember, though, that if you took them for granted, meaning that they didn't feel like they were a priority for you, or you cheated, then after a short period of no contact, usually about 30 days, you need to respond to the breadcrumbs, unfortunately. I know. And show that indeed you are interested. And when they reach out, unless you cheated or took them for granted, then they are the ones who need to make the move, even if you're a male. So do not ask to meet up. And I know I said differently in a previous video, but that was like 7 years ago. And I've since changed my mind. People are allowed to change their mind once they have more information, because sometimes your ex may reach out, but they're not ready to get back together. Or maybe they were just temporarily missing you. Or even worse, they may say they want to meet up, but then they cancel. So that means they're still unsure. They're still not ready, and chasing after them is not going to do anything. So if you're a guy, even if your ex contacts you, do not ask them to get together, okay? Despite what everyone else is saying. So just remain high value and let them do what they're going to do. They got to get to a place where they feel safe with you. And when they do, then they will want to come back. And finally, the good news is that if your ex isn't having second thoughts and isn't possibly reconsidering, then they wouldn't be testing you. So be happy when they test you, because now you are prepared to pass the tests with flying colors. Okay, so now I want to hear from you. Has your ex done any of these tests, and how did it go? Or have they done another test, and what test was it, and how did it go? And in the meantime, if you'd like my help to get your ex back, you can contact me at theartoflove.net, and we will send you the rates. They are not on the website, and the direct link is underneath every single video and podcast. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. If you're listening to this as a podcast, please rate and review. And finally, remember, love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.